Welcome to Hand Me a Story. My name, James Kramer. Let me introduce Jeanne Bourne. She'll tell a story about her life growing up.
I'm Jeanne Bourne. I'm going to tell you the story about my life. I was born in Sioux Falls in South Dakota. I grew up age 5. I entered school, South Dakota School for the Deaf. 1 year, I moved to Omaha, Nebraska. 1 year, I moved again to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where my father worked as a printer. 1 year again, we moved to Nebraska, and I stayed there until I graduated in 1974, Nebraska School for the Deaf. After I graduated, I went to business college. My goal was to become a key punch operator. But I got sidetracked, and now I'm working in the library as an assistant at WSD. My first year, I'm really enjoying it so far. Before, I first worked key punch, wait a minute, no. First year, I worked as a motel maid, cleaning, earning money for the summer. Summer work, earning money. The next summer I worked commercial, optical, painting, glass lens with my mother. Next, I worked as a student life counselor, a supervisor at the Nebraska School for the Deaf for 1.5 years. Then I stayed home with my 3 kids, took care of the 3 kids, 10 years before coming back here to work. Started working as a teacher's aide, temporary, in the kindergarten class. I transferred around the different jobs, and now I'm in the high school building starting this year. How I met Bob? First time I met Bob at a volleyball game in Nebraska. The girls were talking about this new boy, this new guy named Bob. He's a supervisor at the Nebraska School for the Deaf. I said, so what? And then I met him at the volleyball game. We looked at each other and, progressed. He asked me out on a date. We went to a movie, ate out with my sister. I convinced my sister to come with me. We increased meeting, found out we really liked each other. 1.5 years, we got married. We got married April 1976. I have 3 children. Things that have happened with my 3 children, the most has been with Sam, the last one, the baby, stuck in a car trunk. He got into the trunk and it closed on him. He threw the key on the road and then he got in the trunk and got himself stuck. It was a very hot day. Also, he got lost in Canada. He crawled out the window and walked off to the corner of the street, and he was found by two men. They found him, wondered what, he wasn't communicating. At that time, he was 3 years old, 2 or 3 years old. They took him someplace like a home, a foster home. Arrived the next morning, 8 o'clock. I had to go to the bathroom. Went to the bathroom, and I thought, wait a minute, Sam. I better check Sam, see, what's happened to Sam. found his bed, he was missing. Didn't know where he was, so I checked, well, maybe he's with Dad or his sister and brother. I checked, nothing there. Nothing in any of the rooms. Finally, the last choice was we stayed at a friend's house, apartment. So I went in to check with my friend, found her daughter was there with the parents, asked where Sam was, didn't know. That was it. Where else could he go? A woman friend of ours thought, wait a minute, 4 o'clock in the morning, saw the window was open and there was wind coming in. She thought maybe Sam crawled out of the window and toddled off. Both Bob and the gentleman, Dan, went looking for him. They went out to the park. No sight of Sam. Came back, called the police, explained about Sam. Oh, sure enough, the police had Sam somewhere. They asked Bob and I to go to the police station and asked us a lot of questions. You know, why are you here in Canada? Just a variety of things. Till finally gave me the address, and that's where I could meet Sam with a social worker to the foster home. Knocked, went in. This old woman who had taken care of several kids, they were all sitting there. The old woman tapped Sam, and Sam looked up and saw Father, went running up to his dad and hugged and hugged and hugged him. He was happy to see us again. Talked a lot. He won't forget that moment. He's safe with us now. Today, it's much different than my time. I went to the School for the Deaf in Nebraska. They welcome all students, far, near, doesn't matter. They can all live in the dorm. There was no, today, they label kids into groups, day students, residential students. Day students can't, the residentials can. Feels like they have become black and white. The color, black and white. Like the 1960s, long time ago. Why are they labeling the two groups differently? Must give both opportunities to do the same thing. My time, we lived only I only lived 7 miles from the school. My parents' home was only 7 miles. And yet I lived in the dorm all my life, till 8th grade. Then they forced me to become a day student because they were building a new girls' dorm and there was not enough room. 1 year, and then they permitted me to come back to the dorm and live in the dorm till I graduated. But it was a foster home, so you may want to